We're gonna have fun. Sir, are you blind or is that just eyewear? He can't hear either? He's blind and deaf? Oh my God, you run by Helen Keller and my mother show. What the is he gonna get out of this? Vibrations? There's a bat. What am I supposed to say? He can hear me. You describe what's going on? You're like, oh, he's fat, so somebody said he should be on a scooter as well. He's like, how fat is fat? Describe how fat. Can he see his penis? The base of it, no. But the end, I can see the end. If I can't see the head, that's when I'm gonna go get the fat sucked out by a doctor. That's the line for me. You got a very interesting shaped head. Yeah, has it always been like that? People have been with you your whole life, huh? What's your name? Did they call you Robbie or did they call you Big Head Robbie? They call you both? You answer to both? They're like, hey, yo, Big Head Robbie. You're like, what, Mom? Fuck, Mom. What do you do for a living? You got a thinking man's job? You work for the sheriff's office in the Dallas area. What do you do for the sheriff?
I'm a spokesman for the sheriff's office.
You walk out and talk? So when it hits the fan, like, we need some fucking answers. Send somebody out here that's a thinker, that knows what's going on. And you come out the back with that big motherfucking head. And they'll be like, he knows what happened. He knows what's gonna happen. He knows what's happening now. His head is omnipresent, like the Lord. Your head is, your head ain't bullshit. Ooh, wait. Do you paint or do anything creative? That's all left brain inside that big mother. So you wear a headset during the day? So what's that line across the top of your head then? Why is your hair flat and around? Were you wearing a yarmulke? Why does your head look like that? What was on your head, man?
I wear a CPAP machine.
You wear a CPAP machine? Me too, bro. I'm not finna make fun of you for that, man. Matter of fact, the rest of y'all that thought that was funny, you gotta find a way to not have it show on top of your hair. Cause it's nighttime. Unless you took a nap today, that's been like that all goddamn day. Why don't you loosen the mask a little bit? It's as loose as it goes, huh? You got a regular head-sized mask on that head. That's why you got headaches until 2 p.m. every day, because you got that shit on your head. Your head is serious. That's like a 13 and a half. What's this? This is seven, and this is 7 and 3/4, just so I can have some room. I would hate to see what kind of hat you gotta wear. You gotta wear a bucket of chicken. Just a whole bucket. This your wife?
Yep.
You love that, huh? That big head motherfucker. You love him, huh? You like, this is my man. I'll stick beside him. Do it hurt when he, like, do he lay his forehead? Do he lay his forehead on your pelvic bone? He'd be like, bust a nut. He got sleep apnea bad or like a little bit? Half the men in here got that, but we don't want to go to the doctor. We don't want to program the machine right. Your girl trying to save your life every night. James, roll over, please. James, roll over. We'd be mad at him. Bitch, I was getting good sleep. Why you keep on me? I was having a good dream. You stopped breathing for the last 10 minutes of this TV show that I've been watching next to you. You were dead, James. Bitch, I was not dead. I was having a good-ass dream. What'd you dream about? There was these big golden gates. Your grandma was there. She said hi. She's been dead, James. You was dead just now. Lay on your side. I can't raise the children by myself. Big head, mother. When did you realize your head was bigger than everybody else? Because all kids got big heads. We all grow into our head. But when were you like, yo, my shit is still growing? High school. Dang. Like freshman year, huh? As soon as you got there, the seniors were like, God damn! Look at the head on that freshman. You're on the football team. No helmet. He out there giving people concussions. Snot bubble. Fumble! What's your secret? I just lean my head into it. I don't know. How much you weigh, man?
200.
What if you didn't have a head? 116, huh? He said 80. That's a 120-pound head, boy. That is serious. Well, it's nice to meet you, sir. I appreciate you. So where you work, are you the head of the department, or?
I'm one of two spokespeople.
One or two supposed to. What does the other person's head look like? A normal head. So you willing to acknowledge that your head ain't normal? You know that's crazy, right? Good. You ever wore like a top hat so nobody knows how much head you got? Because you really kind of got a little face if you think about it. Look over there. You see how most of his face is right inside of here? Both eyebrows, nose, mouth, eyes, all that is right in here. And then from here up is all head on that. I don't want to keep with you. You be like, come on, babe, let's head out. We got to head out of here. He's f***ed up. She doesn't talk carefully. It's dark. Turn on the lights. Who drives in the dark like this? Please turn on the lights, babe. You know you want to say headlights, bitch. You don't say head at all. He's like, yeah, I cut that out of my vocabulary. I don't even give it, really. I really, I give fellatio. Head is not an option at our house. All right, cool. We got into that. That was fun. How did you describe what just happened? She leaned over like, the guy next to me has the biggest head I've ever seen in my motherfucking life. It's giving me a headache. Can you feel it? He's like, I felt it. I felt it sitting there. I felt it.
He can hear you.
But he don't know what he can.
He can talk.
Yeah, but he can't see it.
Yeah, but he can hear you. Just because you're blind, it doesn't mean you
No, that. I want everybody to be included. Sir, lean over. Lean your head over there. Lean your head up. No, not you. Thank you. He was leaning too. Where you want me to lean? No, put your drink down, Mr. Blind Man. What's your name? What's your name, boss?
Toby.
Toby? Is that your name, or they told you that? He's like, I'm Jacob. No. Your name? That's from a slavery movie. So what I want, if you don't mind, I want you to lean your head towards Toby's hands. Toby, reach both hands. No. Both hands. There you go. Get back in there. Get back in there. There you go. With your right hand, I want you to move your hand down so you feel his face. You see how big his head is? You can't even see. I'll bring a mic to you. In your opinion, Toby, how big was his head? I'm going to put the mic right in front of you so they can hear. How big was his head, Toby? Pretty big. Now, I can't promise that the rest of the show is going to be as kinesthetic as that moment, but we did enjoy that, and it's most likely going to break TikTok in half. Beautiful hair, man. Jesus Christ. Has he always had hair like that? Is that what got you? He just walked up like, so, you like hair? What are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Mexican and Italian.
Something wrong with your voice? You like literally turn into Mario halfway through and say, Mexican Italian. Ooh, it's me. What's your name?
David.
Really? David what?
The third, bourgeois.
Bourgeois? Are you sure you're everything you said you were? Mexican and white with a French name?
Yeah.
Where you... Yeah. You sound like you're stubbing your toe every time you answer me. What's your name?
BJ.
BJ. That's the name you want to go with? Sheesh. So, Bo, what do you do for a living?
I install solar systems.
You install solar... Wait a minute.
Solar systems.
What?
Solar systems.
Why is it so heavy on the S? You got gum in your mouth?
Solar systems.
Say ah. Are you chewing tobacco?
Oh, maybe.
It ain't coming out the way it's supposed to. Yeah, I work on solar systems. I work on solar power, man. Everybody needs energy in their house, man. That's what I do, man. It comes through, make sure everybody has energy and power in their house. And solar system, I work on solar systems, man. That's what I do. So is that why you have such a good tan? You just work on roofs all day?
That, brother.
That's right. That's sun. You gotta put a hat on, man. That sun is fucking with your brain. So what do? You got some shoulders on your ass. You lift weights or something?
Yes, I do.
You power lifter?
No.
You're a what?
Dental assistant.
What that got to do with weights? How big are the teeth out this month? You're a dental assistant?
Yeah.
If I want to see you by the apple. You got all your goddamn teeth. How many you got? 38? Shit. You're only supposed to have 32. You got your wisdom pulled already?
I didn't have to come in, so I have 30.
You got 30 teeth? 30 goddamn teeth. In Raleigh, North Carolina. Ain't that a bitch? You are greedy. Y'all got all y'all teeth? You got nice teeth too. What about you? Let me see your bottoms. No, you try to cover it. That side of your mouth don't open up the same as that? Are you okay? I don't want to be fucking with you on some shit that's like birth or whatever. Like, why this side of your mouth ain't evenly opening with the other side?
I just had dental surgery.
You just had dental surgery?
Yeah.
Where? How recently was the surgery?
Monday.
Monday.
You see a big bruise on the side of my face?
Let me see. Here the lights. Damn, you are bruised the fuck up. We're going to the show. I don't want to. We're going to the show. And I'm in here like, open your mouth. What the fuck? I've never asked somebody to open their fucking mouth. The one night I do, she's like, I'm not able to open my mouth. That's the way this comedy shit works, man. You just walk into it. What's your name, Sugar?
Vicky.
Vicky? How big is your truck? You drive a truck, Vicky? No. What do you do for a living, Vicky?
I'm an IT manager.
Yeah, at where?
LabCorp.
LabCorp? What do you do?
I handle all the access for all of LabCorp throughout the enterprise.
Like all the internet access?
All the network.
What is LabCorp?
We're based in Burlington, mainly in Durham.
No, that's where it is. What is it?
It's a medical testing facility.
Medical testing?
Yeah.
They do what? Piss test?
Drug test.
Oh, listen, we got to work together. Okay? If there's anybody in here that got the dirty piss, we'll tell her your name. She got the IT. She can go in and clear your shit up. Yeah. So we'll give you first name, last name, middle initial, and...
Date of birth.
Yeah, right now we got David Bouchadouche Rowe, or whatever the fuck. He for sure smokes. He said, it's me, it's Mario. Luigi. She looks stronger than you, bro. Have you guys done like a lift off? Have you ever just like, yeah? You guys look like kind of like freaks though, low key, like, right? Huh? Y'all are freaky, huh? Don't fix your hair, freaky ass. She was like, she'd be picking him up, eating his. Come here, motherfucker. How many teeth do I have, motherfucker? 41! It's me, Rosario! Hey, we gonna need a new stool. She broke it. I'm gonna just, hey man, this shit ain't coming out of my check, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is fucking destroyed. It ain't on me, man. The screw was already loose. Here, you're Mexican. Fix this goddamn thing. Here, you're lonely. What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Nate Jackson, comedian extraordinaire. This is another episode of Opinionated, America's best new podcast. Let's just call it what it is. This is a top 10 podcast. If you're listening to it, if you're watching it, you're a better person for doing so. Now, I'm excited to have the guest that I have on today. This is arguably, and I would even say inarguably, one of the funniest females to ever grab a microphone. Now, some may see that or hear that and be like, dang, that's pretty flattering. But I have time in and time out and set after set and hour after hour of material watched this lady destroy rooms, different size rooms, different color rooms, different demographic rooms, different rooms in different time zones. This motherfucker is hilarious, bona fide, top-notch, incredible with the funny. My guest today is Dominique.
Nate.
Huh?
What's going on? Thank you, Nate.
Man.
That was a beautiful introduction, Nate.
I try. But
That was excellent.
It's hard to introduce people that you don't like or like they body of work. And you're like, man, you know, I'm gonna make a good intro, but this is different, man.
Yeah.
You special.
Thank you, Nate.
You actually special, and the whole world needs to know that. So where I can make it resound and I can amplify that, I'm gonna say that. But this is Dominique, y'all. Dominique is hella funny. And
I appreciate that.
yes, hella
Everybody
funny.
won't do that. That's so kind.
Hella funny. And so I kick it off with the segment that I like to call The Roses, which is sponsored by The Roses clothing line, my collection, The Roses Collection. You can go to therosescollection.com or you can go on Instagram to Roses by Nate Jackson. But the roses are here. Get you some. Get some for your friend, get some for your man, get some for your enemy. Everybody deserves some roses. And the roses I'm going to give are to Dominique. Dominique, these roses are for you for being a rock. A rock in a sense of the consistency that you have maintained for years. Like, that motherfucker don't miss. That's she's the mean
Thank you,
of
Nate.
not missing. I'm
You
talking
about
about
to
this.
make me cry in a minute. That's all I'm
Well,
saying.
shit, I'm already wet. So whatever you got to
All
do.
right, then.
I'm saying it. No, but for real, like there's scenarios in which comics can have difficult sets, right? It could be rowdy, it could be small, it could be medium, it could be a different demo than you used to. But I've watched you go in and time out, and it don't matter. You coming out with a W, big W. Making big fans. Like you listen, and here's another thing I want to give you some most for. I had a point in the original club's lifetime where I was trying to make sure that we were able to stay open, everything was working. And one of my investors watched your special that came out with their mother.
Wow.
And they laughed so hard that they're like, man, can we get Dominique to the club? I said, have you looked at the website?
Yeah.
Dominique is next week.
Absolutely.
They came to the show and you tore their ass to smithereens with laughter. And unbeknownst to you, you bought the super funny comedy club franchise, the brand, some grace. Because if there was anybody like, man, where the money coming about? You know, restaurants don't make money for the first 5 years.
Yeah, that's true.
And we were breaking even, which is a combination of a lot of different things, main thing being me sacrificing. But things like that, when you don't understand the bump that it gives the entire business when somebody can come in and just smack their art, and then it vicariously gives cushion to anyone that was already like, oh, man, I don't know what we doing, man. I don't know what's on the horizon, because if said person was like, man, you know, I don't like, they could really
mess
Yeah.
up some shit. But just through you doing you and being a rock, man, you crushed in a way that it wasn't just about laughs. It was about the future of the entire brand. I can safely say that.
I appreciate
Those are my
Nate.
roses that I want to make sure that
Thank
you get.
you, and I receive them. Thank you so much.
Now-
and it's good to hear people say that stuff in honesty because I don't think none of that stuff about myself. That
What?
shit is crazy, huh?
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
because I always see where I can make improvement. I'm always trying to be better. I'm always trying to evolve. So it's like I don't never see that kind of stuff, Nate.
I mean, I get it.
I mean, I know they're laughing. Don't get me wrong.
We're always
Nate.
working.
Yeah, we always
But
working,
you
and
can't
I
sit
know
up here.
they're.
You got amnesia.
No, but I know they're laughing and stuff like that. But I always feel like I can get better.
We can.
Yeah, so I don't ever really look at
We
it
should
like
always
the
be
way you
striving
just
to-
described it. I don't ever look at it.
I'm
like
talking
that.
about what I've already seen. Who knows what you're saying now? Good Lord. But I'll say this. If you don't know, Dominique was a finalist on season 9 of Last Comic Standing. Okay? And that is a show that arguably is already decided before people even get in front of a camera. So for her to get on, go into the finals, deep into the finals, and be shaking up shit and becoming, America's sweetheart, which is exactly what she did, is fantastic. So she's talking about something, I can always. And then, like, you act like you weren't a finalist on the show.
I was, but that show was hard for me, Nate,
Why?
because I had to write and everything had to go to the network because it was on NBC.
Like,
so I had to
like-
write
like to pass
standards and practices.
Ways and means.
Ways and means, yes. And so I had to write everything down. And I was like, this shit driving me crazy. Because my mind don't operate like that. I mean, like, I know what I can say on network television.
Right.
They were like, no, we got to run it through them. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah, I remember the first time.
So it was really hard for me.
I can't remember what network it was, but they were like, we need you to transcribe what you're going to say.
That's exactly what they did. So I'm in the room. I'm like, and then when I tell a joke, like, sometimes I switch it up. So I might not say it the way I'm writing it down.
Exactly.
So I'm writing these jokes down. And then one time I wrote a joke about my father, and they were like, this is my biological father.
Okay.
Not my dad that raised me. But I wrote a joke, and they were like,
So it's two different people.
it's two different people.
Okay.
One father that I consider my father that raised me,
Okay.
and then my biological father,
Which one you call dad? The one that raised you.
the one that raised me.
What do you call the other one?
I don't really call him anything, really. He has other kids, so I talk to my brothers and sisters because we're close.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't really call him nothing like that.
Okay.
You know, I don't talk about him a lot.
Okay.
Now, when they see this, they not gonna believe I feel this way, but it's different with different kids. You know,
Okay.
I was earlier; they at the end of the order. So, but he, I wrote a joke about him, and NBC was like, "Is he gonna say something? Is he gonna sue?
Right.
Is he gonna do this?" I was like, "He dead." They was like, "Oh, okay." I don't know that he was dead, but I mean, he wasn't dead at that time. I do know when he died. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying.
I get it. You
But
killed
at
him because
this-
you like, man, get this joke off.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this joke off.
Right.
And I don't know.
He better not say nothing.
Yeah, he wasn't. I don't even think he was dead at that time. But I
Right.
was like, I dare him to say some
He
shit.
ain't gonna watch it, and if he do, I'll beat him
He
up.
ain't gonna watch it. He ain't gonna watch it. But he could have. I don't know. He might have been dead, but I don't think he was at that time.
What was the
I
joke
remember.
that it was worth killing your daddy for?
Well, it was a joke about be careful, something about how you treat your children or something.
Okay.
It was a little bit of my pain, I guess. So it was about how you treat your children because you might need a kidney one day.
Huh.
Now you want to go through this order and see who blood match.
Right.
I'm not coming.
You not even for the match?
No, I ain't coming for that. I got to save it for my dad that raised me.
If you want to match with him.
I might, in case he needed.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's another level.
So
if you
it was,
like,
it was
if you,
I
if you
don't
do
remember
match
the
him,
joke, but it was
that's
in there.
hilarious. But if you do
Yeah.
match,
I
I
need mine.
congratulations.
Yeah.
You have a match.
Yeah, even if I do match, I was just like, I'm not doing
both
it.
these kidneys, player.
Yeah, and then he drank. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I ain't gonna let you drink my good shit under the table.
Right.
I can keep mine.
You don't even take care of your kids. Why would you take care of your kidneys?
Yeah, so
Anything with kid in it, you ain't doing right by.
yeah, and I know that I know my little brother and sister gonna be like, what? It's all right. But I ain't never. They don't even know the joke. I don't think they even heard.
That's
the joke.
still hilarious. And so you did it. They accepted it. You did.
They
the joke.
accepted it. Yeah, they accepted it.
And it worked.
It worked.
So I remember I had a brief conversation with Carlos Miller about it because he went deep into the finals. I think
He
on one of the,
did.
it was a different season, right?
Yeah, Los went deep though. He
Yeah,
did.
but he said it was driving him crazy
It
because he was like,
drive you
I can't be
crazy.
myself.
No.
I want to just do me. And I don't want to quote him on something he may not have wanted to say, but he basically was saying like, he felt constrained the way that he writes and creates. He's like, I can't even get down the way I get down. Like
It's hard to get down.
they make
It's hard to get down on it. You got short time. It's very scripted. And it's almost like you on a jury and you just, you know, when you on a jury and they have you, what do they call it? When you can't go home and all of those things.
jury duty.
No, that's jury duty. It's when they keep you overnight. It's just like the people on the OJ trial. They really don't want you to talk about this shit.
Oh yeah, you got to sign all the NDAs and keep it a hush. And who advanced?
They sequester you.
You get sequestered.
Yeah, but that's what it feels like. Because you're at the hotel, you're in this little room, and you just like, you kind of like sequestered. You got to write all the jokes down. I appreciate the experience. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But, and I liked it. And I like when we went on tour. You can get loose on tour, so that wasn't a problem. But that was I didn't think the show was going to be that hard for me. But it was hard.
Wow.
That shit was hard.
People
for
don't
me.
know that side of it. They watch TV, they're voting for their person, or they fall in love with somebody. You don't know that the person is literally pulling their hair out, trying to just get through that next 5 minutes just to be under scrutiny. So you went on tour with the Last Comic Standing tour, and then that was fun.
That was fun.
What's something that happened out there that what was happening where in the moment you were like, this shit fun?
That shit, first we went on a bus. I like that. I mean, we sleeping on the bus because we doing back-to-back cities.
Right.
But one thing I liked about that tour night, like I play PlayStation and stuff. I used to. I did, but the guys on there, they didn't know I was that cold on them sticks.
Playing what game?
NBA.
2K?
2K. For whatever year that was.
What?
What? I got and Clayton English, shout out to Clayton. He bought a PlayStation. He bought the PlayStation. He was like, I'm going to go buy the game. Clayton won the show. He said, I'm going to go buy the game. I was like, all right.
Clayton won season 9.
He won season 9.
Right. That's my guy, man.
And yeah, I love Clayton. And he went and bought the game.
He went and bought the PlayStation.
He went and bought the PlayStation. Clayton, I'm about to tell this story, Clayton. So, I beat your ass in that game that time.
You won?
Hell yeah,
He's an
won.
Atlanta comic. They don't fuck around with 2K, man. They be on that shit all the time.
Maybe he slept on me.
Okay.
He might have slept on
You
me.
didn't pick the right team, dog. You should have went with your go-to team.
He had a good ass team, and I came with the Tony Parker Spurs.
Okay.
I came with them Tony Parker
So you had
Spurs.
Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker.
I had them. And I came with them Tony Parker Spurs, and we were back there. There was a little back room back there where you could smoke in that room and all that. And we was on the sticks. Clayton was on them sticks. I was like, I ain't played in a long time, but he didn't think I was going to do nothing on the sticks.
He thought he was going to dust you off.
What? I beat his ass with them Spurs. And the Tony, we was coming back.
Right.
And I never forget this point. I had Tony Parker. I guess he hit about a 10-footer. On the game, that said, whoop. I said, here we go. You know when they say that? Whoop.
Yeah, he heating up.
Oh, he heating up now.
And Clayton, I know he was like, hey, what the hell?
Yeah, he came back, though. I ain't win all of them now.
Okay.
No, he came back. He adjusted his game.
Oh, okay.
Because he came back. But we battled back and forth. And there was another guy on there, guy named Michael Palisak.
Okay.
Yeah, he was really good, too. He beat me, but he ain't beat me but by 2. I'm a big basketball fan.
I did not know that.
Yes, and
So who's your favorite 3 players of all time?
Gary Payton.
What you know about GP?
What?
The glove?
The glove? Are you kidding me?
You're a
man?
Seattle Sonics fan?
I guess you could say something, Sean Kemp and Gary Payton. I mean,
You like Rain Man too?
Yes, I like Deadlift Shrimp and all that.
You're a Seattle Sonics fan. People don't be talking about no damn deadlift shrimp when they talk
But
about
he
him
could
in
flat
that
out
order.
do it. Couldn't he flat out do it?
Yeah, from the corner, he was cold.
Oh, my God.
You like Nate too?
Yes, I like Nate McMillan. Yes.
What?
The whole squad.
This is crazy.
This is crazy. And
Now, hold on. Are you watching games regularly?
yes, I'm watching games, Nate. I'm not.
Now, hold on.
This era of basketball is somewhat disappointing to me, and you can understand that because the game has changed. But go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Why is it disappointing?
Because it's not played the same way.
You like hand checking and physicality?
Oh, yes, I love it. I like you to get punched in the face every once in a while.
So you like the Pistons?
I love the Pistons, but I was rooting for the Lakers.
Okay.
Because I like the Showtime Lakers.
Okay. So
But I respected the Pistons.
what do you think about the Lakers this year? You think they're going to get the chip?
I doubt it.
Really?
Yeah. Our superstar has aged.
We were talking about
I doubt it.
this in the airport earlier. We were on our layover in Dallas, and Keela hooped for the University of Arkansas. So she has a high basketball acumen
IQ.
too. Yeah, because she watched a lot of basketball while she was at that school from the bench. So my point is, she said that she thinks that the Lakers have a real chance because she thinks the NBA wants to push the storyline of Bronny and Bron.
Now they have a chance in that respect. Okay. As it pertains to be, I understand what Keith was saying. And Luka. I'm kind of on the fence with Luka.
Okay.
In the big game, especially since last year.
You think he may struggle with a lot of attention on him?
I think, you know what I saw in him last year? And if I'm looking at it correctly, I didn't like how he wasn't, to be the superstar that he was, I didn't like how he wasn't able to get off like he should have. Even if I don't care. They weren't double teaming him. You let people lock you down. One-on-one. Mm-hmm. And that exposed him, if you will, to me.
But he also, it looked like he was losing interest in playing in Dallas. He had put on, 40 pounds? He was chilling, drinking beer on camera in the locker room.
I don't care. Once you suit up, your ass suited up. What did Kobe Bryant say? When they asked him, I don't know, he had some nick and ping or something. Mm-hmm. What did Kobe Bryant say?
He said something like a little kid saves up all year long to see him play once, and he don't want to have an off night in front of him.
But he said that, but he also said, Nate, it's a difference between being injured and hurt. He said, and you can play injured if you got it in you.
Right.
Now, if you hurt, sit your ass down.
And get better.
Get better.
Right.
So Luka was out there drinking beers or he was gaining weight. I don't care. But I'm just telling you, he got on the floor. So he's responsible for what happened to him on the floor.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So if you're concerned about the Lakers, who do you like?
I don't know who I like right now.
I just had Memphis yesterday. We just got back from Memphis, and that whole city is convinced that if Ja can get over his ankle problems, that Memphis is going to win everything.
I think it's going to take more games for him to get over his ankle problems.
He got to run on it.
He got to run and jump.
He came in limping, too.
Yeah, he limping. He limped out the last game. Before that game, in the playoff.
So then who do you like?
But I'm a Lakers fan. Someone always liked my team. You just asked me.
Who scares you Lakers matching up against, whether it's even possible or not? Right now, Lakers line up against the Warriors with Jimmy Butler running around.
The Warriors are a different team to me. Because one thing about the Warriors, you think Steph and Draymond and all them guys, but then they get to having these sparks of nostalgia and to run your ass out the gym.
Right.
You be talking about Steph ain't hitting nothing. And all of a sudden, whoop.
She's heating up.
Oh, my God, he's heating up, Nate. So you can never say with the Warriors.
Right.
But
greatest shooter ever. So then how do you count them out?
You can never count them out. And they know how to win. They got championship pedigree. So we have a team that knows how to win. That's going to be hard, too. But I don't think anybody can beat OKC, Nate. What do you think?
You like the boy with the shiny face?
Who's the shiny face boy?
He got I don't know his name. His face is real shiny.
But you talking about the star? You talking about
what's his name?
Gildas Alexander?
Shay.
Yeah. Yeah, you call him shiny face.
Well, he look like he go like that with a bunch of Vaseline and then come into the plate. Like okay, when you see him next, you can be like, his face do be shiny.
Okay, I'm going to look at it. Can't nobody guard him.
Nobody. At all?
At all.
Dennis Rodman in his peak.
Oh, well, hell yeah, because he can knock him over.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about with all these extra flagrant fouls and stuff. You can't guard him. You can't, so.
This is amazing to me.
Yeah, in this league, I don't think anybody can beat OKC.
So you think they got it?
If they remain healthy, who you see gonna beat them?
What about where Russell is now?
Who?
Russell.
Denver?
Yeah.
No, hell no. They
got
fired their
Jokic.
coach.
Yeah,
Them
they fired him. They
fools fired Mike Malone.
They fired Mike
Their
Malone
ass might not
last
get,
week and shit.
They might not get out the first round.
Okay.
Because
you
sometimes karma get your ass too. I don't care what nobody say.
But what if that's the karma for what he'd already did?
I don't know what he did, but I know he was a good coach. And I don't. This is what I was told. I wasn't there, but if it had anything to do with people not liking his plans, his coaching style and all that, that's childish shit to me. Y'all grown men.
Like it's like the players going against the coach?
Yeah, they didn't really care for him and the way he coached or whatever.
So there's a coup? They got him up out of there?
I think it was a coup. I don't know. I wasn't in. I always say this. I wasn't in the locker room.
Right.
I'm not on the inside, but from what someone explained to me, I don't know if they told.
I feel like all we got to
not.
do is be patient because all these hoopers got podcasts now, and there's gonna be a tell-all episode where somebody say what it was.
Tell it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you gonna know what it is. Because right now you taking up for Mike Malone.
Right now I am, but that's only because of what I heard.
If he come out and they say Mike Malone called somebody a monkey. Then
shit,
he got. That's not real.
Well, Paul,
I'm just saying.
When did he say it? He ain't just say it.
If he just walked in the,
no, he ain't just saying.
He walked in the locker room. He was like, "All you ass monkeys need to get up."
Yeah. Well, then they should have whooped his ass. Then.
I'm just saying, if
they should have told the front office we beating his ass.
Yeah.
But on All the Smoke, that's what Maxwell said.
What did he say?
Something about I don't know. I ain't gonna repeat it because I can't remember. It might be a different story.
It ain't got to be right. It's got to be close.
Some coaches or some came and some monkeys or something was saying that Maxwell said he was in there. Something. The fuck are y'all talking about?
I like that they added Maxwell to All the Smoke.
Man, when they added Maxwell, and don't get me wrong, I love Matt Barnes.
Okay.
And I love Stack. I really, really do. But when they added Maxwell, I said this shit is on and popping because he's hilarious.
Not only that, you're not just like telling stories about history and everybody get to say it their way. Maxwell is like, nigga, I was there, and that ain't what happened.
There,
and he keep it real enough to say, well, Elijah want to slap the shit out of him.
He said it's like that motherfucker scrape his hands on concrete. He said what he rub his hands on. So then Stack says, yeah. Mother nigga that big, you gotta get your tools out. You're motherfucking right. I tore that goddamn locker room up. Baby.
Man, they elevated their show quick.
They elevated that show.
They said, we're listening to the viewers and y'all want Maxwell?
Oh
Maxwell is on this show.
Yes,
man.
Because he gonna call it like it is. And he did with that real voice and that real experience. What did he tell Michael Jordan? He said, I told him, motherfucker, don't touch me.
Right.
All up in his spinning and flying in the air.
Right.
Put your hands on me.
Said, all I saw was that nigga's feet for 90 minutes. Just flying all over the goddamn
All the
place.
Smoke is a great podcast.
That's amazing.
It's great. So
yeah, man, they're doing their thing. So I don't want to say blown away, but I am definitely mind blown, maybe?
You couldn't believe it, could you?
It's one thing to be like, man, I'm good on the sticks, right? Like, because there's people who... everybody knows somebody who could pick up a Street Fighter game and mash a button and beat everybody in the room. Be like, come on, man, just beginner's luck.
Yeah.
But you're not out here beating Clayton English off beginner's luck. You're not out here calling Steven Jackson Stack and not knowing what you're talking about.
Yeah, I love Steven Jackson because he was one of the ones. Steven Jackson slapped the taste out your ass right in the live game.
Right.
I like players like that.
Okay.
I like that era of basketball. I like the era of basketball when there was
That's
a
why
big
you like
man.
Gary Payton.
Oh, I love Gary Payton. I heard Gary Payton from the TV tell some player, y'all need to call a timeout because I'm going to tear your ass up.
Straight up.
That's my type of player right there.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing wrong with a little chitter chatter. All this running through the lane and all this shit they do now. Rick Mahorn and them people, Bill Lambie and the likes of those people, they wasn't having that.
You getting clothesline.
You gonna get clothesline.
We'll take this foul, but I bet you don't come in here again.
But
like
you
that.
will not run up in there aimlessly again.
Right. Now, this do you coach basketball? Goddamn.
I don't. I think I'm gonna coach a little team one
little
day.
Kids?
Yeah, some little kids.
A lady league?
A lady league. Because, hey, I'm big on the WNBA as well. Because if you ask me, the WNBA game better than the NBA game.
What? Because they got better snacks?
The way they play the game.
A lot more passing.
Yeah, and I heard, and when you talk to men about it, sometimes they feel, ain't no dunking. I don't care. The men's game is just, I look at it because I love the game.
Okay.
But it's just, the women play the game the right way. They got all the components. They still got a big lady in the middle.
Yeah.
And they out there hooping. You just got to watch it. I can't wait for the WNBA to start. Off the chain. Check it out, Nate.
We should go to a game together.
Let's go.
We can get some tickets at the gas station, $8 when you fill your tank. And then we'll
Nate,
head down to
don't do that.
What
don't
I do?
$8 and don't do that, Nate.
If you fill your tank.
If you feel your, don't do it, Nate.
It's 2 tickets, $8 and a hot dog.
Yeah, you gotta watch the game. They be out there
I
killing
need
it.
some alley-oops and some dunking. Now, they do be making some amazing layups
Well,
where I'm like,
just-
I didn't even know that was an angle you could take to make a layup.
Well, it's a young lady that just got drafted named Dominique. I think her last name is Manillo. She dunks
Regularly.
regularly,
In-game.
effortlessly.
Okay, well, and there's another girl, Ego.
Yeah,
She dunks.
yeah.
So I think it just comes with the evolution of it. These girls can get up. But do you think there's any validity to what Shaq said when he said lower the rim a foot? So that now everybody's dunking?
I don't think that. One of the issues I felt like was the problem when I first started. I think they just need to use the regulation ball. I don't know why they feel like the women can't play. Their ball, I think, is smaller.
Is it?
I believe it is. And to me, it's more bouncy. So I think sometimes it's more bouncy. I don't even know why they don't use the regulation ball because they grew up playing with the regulation ball when they was out there beating people's asses.
Right.
And most of the time, it was dudes.
Where is this, let's call it eye of the tiger. You got the eye of the tiger for basketball, but in stand-up, while hilarious, you not like overly aggressive to be like, nigga, give me the motherfucking mic. Nigga, I'm going to the whole
But
Moses
I'm not
Malone
be-
style.
Right, but that's just in sports. That's a whole nother ego. That's my alter ego over there in the sports game.
I
But
want to see that ego do a set.
I don't know how, Nate, because when I'm on stage, I'm just being me.
You still you. You not somebody
but I
else.
mean, when I talk about sports, I got a little more of this.
That's what I want to see.
And then I'm a real shit talker when I'm looking at sports.
Are you?
Oh, I be talking big shit, texting and everything.
What?
What? And don't let your team lose. I'm gonna light your ass.
You
up.
calling people?
I'm texting. They won't even answer the phone. They will tell me right now, I can't call. They won't. Don't let your team lose because the whole time they getting their ass whooped.
Text message
I'm
coming
gonna
in.
be texting, laughing emojis, and I'm gonna be saying this shit look like it's over. Damn. Did y'all even look at any film? I mean, like what
The whole
really?
time.
Y'all didn't look at the team
He's
play.
open again.
Oh my God.
Who are you tormenting the most with this?
My family members,
Oh my God.
my brothers.
Okay, well let me ask some stuff. Let me. I'm gonna grab a random
Okay.
card out of here.
If I could tell jokes like that, they'd be like, "That's she doing too much." You know, they be too critical on women. They always give us the blues about everything.
Okay, this one I grabbed. It's a
Okay.
shift, but here you go.
All right, let me see. What's the worst job you ever had?
That's the one. Okay, so
Yeah,
you worked at a post office
I did.
and you worked at the OBGYN.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what I was able to find via just a little bit of light research. But I know that ain't all the jobs you had.
I worked at the movie theater,
W-
in the box office.
really?
Yeah,
So was that your favorite job or you just one of them?
it wasn't my favorite job.
What's the worst job you ever had?
Nate, I never stayed at jobs that long. I just
What you mean?
like even at the movie theater, I didn't have a ride to work. I quit. I called them people, told them I ain't no way to get there. And when I quit, my mother lost her mind because she was like, "Why didn't you catch the bus?" Well, shit, y'all been driving me to work. I don't have a ride. My mind didn't say get on the bus. It just was like I
you quit
can't.
from home?
I called and said, "I cannot make it today. I don't have a ride."
And they said, okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
And I was like, so I'm just not gonna. I'm not coming back.
I'll never have a ride.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have no ride because I'm not about to catch the bus. I ain't feel like that shit.
Did you ever go back and watch a movie there? Hi, y'all.
Oh no. I didn't watch movies there anyway. It was new though. It was new when I worked there, so I just quit. I was just like, I don't have no ride. My mother's like, you gonna have to figure out how you gonna get to work. Okay, I don't have no car. I was never thinking about the bus. It was never entering my mind
That I'm getting on city transportation.
Not for that job. I take city transportation. I mean, I have taken it through my years of growing up, but just for that job, I was just like, I'm not doing that.
What
Don't ask me why. I was just being wild or something.
What other job have you walked out? Like, have you quit?
I quit the OBGYN. And I quit that job because the doctor that I was working for died.
What?
Yeah, the doctor that I was working for died in a car accident. And
On the spot?
she worked in different practices.
She was going from practice to practice.
Practice. She was on her way to the practice that I worked at.
Okay.
And she got in a car accident. She died. And the new doctor I was working for, she dead now, but that bitch got on my nerves. I was like, and at that point, this is how I know what I'm doing is my destiny. This bitch got on my nerves. You know what I mean? Like Nate, you know.
She dominated.
Nate, seriously.
She dead now, but she got on my goddamn nerves. It's crazy.
Nate, because it's like she didn't respect the fact that we were grieving. You know what I'm saying? She took over our patients because, of course, we have OBGYN.
Oh, the new doctor came in after the other one passed.
Yes, and they were friends. But when you work at a OBGYN, you have patients that are pregnant. So
Okay.
they have to have continual care. So you have to have a doctor replace her. So I knew who she was.
Okay.
But I wasn't working for her. Because my doctor my doctor was living at that time. I knew they were friends, let me say that. And she was like, we went over there and I'm working for her and we grieving and shit like our doctor just been dead and she in there talking. I was like,
This is
like,
wrong.
no. I was like, this shit wrong. This bitch getting on my nerves. But this the part of the story. In that process, I had begun to do stand-up. And I had been doing stand-up.
This is when you went down to the Comedy Connection.
When I went down to the Comedy Connection. And all of this.
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't getting a lot of laughs. But I was getting enough laughs to say, well, damn.
I got something.
There's something going on
Right.
here. And I had been going and they liked me and, you know, I was going to people and it's not a lot of women. So it's not a lot of women. So when they wanted somebody, you know, can you do this room? Can you do that room? And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then one day I was just like, she walked through the break room. I was like, fuck this bitch. You know, that's what my mind said. When she walked through there, I was like, fuck her. You know what I mean? Like,
How did you quit, though? You just walked out?
I never came back to work. And one of the women that I worked with, she was still there. I was like, I'm sending my unemployment papers. Take her stamp and stamp it.
Damn.
So I can get my, she said, I got you. I said, look for them in the mail because they coming. I ain't never go back.
But you got you a holding deal out of there.
Yeah, I ain't never go back. I got my unemployment. And I just started doing stand-up.
Okay.
And I guess the rest is history. I'm sitting here with the great Nate Jackson. You did.
The great Nate Jackson.
The great Nate Jackson.
What?
Yes, you great at what you do.
Hey, man, I'll take it. The
Yeah.
great Nate Jackson. I'll take that moniker, but I mean,
Absolutely.
I am so impressed with what you have done that calling me great is
Absolutely.
wild as hell. But here, just pull one more of these.
Okay.
We do one more question and we're going to slide. But I want to know I don't know what you're pulling out of. These are at random.
Who are your heroes in real life?
Who are your heroes in real life?
Mm-hmm.
Your mama.
My mother.
Who's Hattie?
My grandmother.
Hattie Clee?
Hattie Clee.
Okay, because that's your
Hattie Clee.
that's your
That's
LLC.
my-
If it
yeah,
ain't too much
that's-
to say, but that's how I know
No,
Hattie
that's
Clee.
fine. That's my S corp. That's my
Yeah.
S corp. Hattie Clee.
Yeah, listen, get your business together. You heard
Hattie
that.
Clee
not
Incorporated.
just an LLC, an S corp.
Yeah, you better get your business in order
Mm-hmm.
and take all your damn money to IRS. They cold blooded.
Man,
I got a Black Jesus check. It was almost like I wasn't on set.
and you did hella seasons.
I did that, but before I had my business in
Yeah.
order, them taxes.
You had them paying you direct.
Huh? Yeah, just before I was up on game.
Oh man,
And they passed out checks. I was like,
what's this?
No. Pull up the contract, because this is wrong.
Right.
They took all my money.
Damn.
Took it all. I was
Damn.
like, well, damn, I got to step my business up.
Well, here's what I want to know. This just popped in my mind right now, and this is what I want to know, because you are one of few comedians, even though there's a lot of comics that did what I'm about to talk about, but you're one of the few comedians that I know personally that was literally a part of the Chappelle Show. Now, I've done shows where there are huge personalities that are part of, like the Young Rock literally was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's life.
Yeah.
We met via Zoom. We did our table reads and all that, but we didn't like. He probably to this day may know like, oh, that's Nate Jackson, or you might just be like, yeah, that kid did a good job playing Jay Whitey. Do you know Dave? You DC, he DC.
I do know Dave.
Really?
Yeah, I met Dave, I think.
I want to know this nigga so bad.
Now I don't know him all, like, we all hanging out together, but I do know him.
But if you drove to Yellow Springs up on his property,
he would know who I was, yeah. You saying like that?
I want to know Dave like that.
Yeah,
I want to drive up.
Dave.
No, I want to share cigarettes.
Come on,
I got
Dave.
there's 4 stories that every time I met Dave and every time I meet this nigga, he be looking through me, and he don't know it's me, but he been borrowing cigarettes for years.
Nate, you got too many connections, Nate. All you gotta do is make a phone call. I'm sure he knows you.
I am of the thought that everyone knows everyone. It's too small of a business.
I think he knows you. When do you see him? Is he working? I mean, like, what's the circumstance?
I mean, the last time I saw him, he bumped everybody at the Improv, and then I got unbumped because I said D-Ray, because I wanted to do JFL.
Okay.
This was a few years ago.
And you went there and demolished JFL.
No, didn't. I could not get it.
No, but this last time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's later. At this time, I'm just trying to get. I can't even get an audition out of them. Mm-hmm. So they told me that they were auditioning JFL callbacks or something in the lab on a Monday night, and D-Ray's room was right there. So I go over and finesse to be like, hey, I know you guys only came to see your own showcase people, but I'm about to perform next, and I know y'all have not seen me. So if you get a lull in your programming, could you please peep through this back door and watch my set? Mm-hmm. They're like, okay. We don't normally do no shit like that, but if we get a lull, we will. It's not a promise, not a guarantee. I go back over, I'm like, D-Ray, nigga, they said they'll come look, and I don't know when or how, but I just know if I'm on stage, somebody, even if it's an assistant, is gonna pop over and be like, so how was he any good? Just out of curiosity. That might not get me that year, but it gets me on the list to be like, let's see him next year for an audition. I just needed an in. I couldn't get nothing. I come back from the other side, and I already had a spot on Mo Better Mondays. I'm like, D-Ray, I'm good now. He like, nah, man. Chappelle came in here, man. He bumping everybody.
That's for all of us. I mean, like.
Yeah, but I said, no. JFL said that they'll look at. Okay, listen, Dave can walk in here and bump anybody on God's green earth. That's fine. But tonight, the stars have aligned in a way for me to get seen by JFL on accident. Yeah. Please don't put me after whatever Dave is gonna do. Please. Yeah. He's like, nigga, I'm not in control of that. What the fuck are you talking about? And I don't know what came over me. I said, where Dave at? He said, nigga, he back in that booth in that back corner.
You went to talk to him?
Yeah. I said, bet. He said, nigga, what are you about to do? I said, I'm about to get unbumped. He said,
you went to the right person, though.
He said, and D-Ray said, when you finish talking to him, you tell me exactly what the fuck he said. Don't come back on no bullshit. Because I guess maybe D-Ray knows somebody then went over and said, hey, man, blah, blah, blah. And somebody said, fuck you. And then they came back and said, yeah, he said it was cool. So then you trust them, put them up, and the person's like, man, what the fuck? I just said no. Right. So he said, keep it real with me. So I go over there. I said, hey, Dave, man, I'm sorry to interrupt me. He was laying down in the booth, feet up, wearing some goddamn Alexander McQueen. Yeah, laid up under the edge of the table where like he didn't care if people saw him chilling. I said, man, listen, if you could, I said, please, JFL's people is next door, and they said they'll give me a look. If you could allow me to do my 8, just give me, I had a 10-minute set. Mm-hmm. I'll do 8 minutes. I won't even do the full 10, but just let me get my little 8 off before you do what you do to this room, please. He said, the audacity of this nigga. I'm gonna do it. And then I started watching, hey, I turned back, he said, 8 minutes, nigga.
Yeah.
You do any more than 8 minutes, you don't want to know how that's gonna go. I get on stage,
dude.
7 minutes, 59 seconds. I'm rocking. They're in the middle of a laugh. I looked down at my shit. I said, I gotta go.
That's right.
Right in the
Now,
middle.
that's what
the
you
whole
call
crowd was
being
like,
a-
man, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, that's what you call being professional.
He got on
But
stage. He said, I ain't never seen a nigga do exactly 8 minutes. But that's and then everybody was on him in the lobby, and Melanie Camacho was there. She was like, David, and it was literally like all these people walking in between and trying to get his attention, whatever. And she's like, David, and he looked, and like a few people's shoulders are just enough to part through a few people, and he was like, nigga, you funny. That was enough for me. So
yeah,
he has a know
and
of
that
me.
means a lot.
And I've had him booked
Yeah.
at my club at one point, and then he couldn't come because it was like COVID constraints or whatever. But I want to be. That's where I wanted to be. I was talking to Ralph Barbosa, and he had a moment with him where they were smoking a cigarette together in the lab at the Improv, where Dave literally, he hands him a cigarette, but he passes him a torch.
Yeah,
I
one of the little
that.
one of the.
It's a Newport short or
But
whatever the
you
cigarette
gonna
was.
get
but
it though, Nate.
It's
It's gonna that's gonna happen.
if I get it, I get it. If I don't,
You
I
will,
don't.
though.
But
You
God
will.
damn it, I want to be like, hey Dave, man, come on out, man, come fuck with your boy. Or he got a comedy club in Yellow Springs. I got mine here. Like, the comedy world is too small to not be like, man, if you don't see me coming up as a force that's worth being like, at least
I don't even think it has anything to do with that.
not as
It's
a threat,
just-
but just as like, this is somebody worth knowing. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think he does. I don't think he feels that way. It just hasn't aligned yet, but it will.
You know
because
well
you
enough.
know he said do the 8 minutes. He real cool, though.
True.
He really
And
is.
I feel like he may
a
have-
laid back, cool
Yeah.
guy like that for real. Even when we did the Chappelle show, I'm standing outside.
Yeah.
He comes outside to smoke a cigarette. Before that, I was doing the movie with Tracy Morgan. I don't know why I can't even remember the name of the movie right now. It was back in the day.
It's a Tracy Morgan movie?
Tracy Morgan, produced by a producer named Vanessa Middleton.
Was it a movie show? A movie
It was
or
a
a TV show?
movie.
Sorry.
30 Years to Life. That's the name of it.
Okay.
Dave, so we're shooting like in New York, down by the Boston Comedy Club,
Okay.
Lower Manhattan. I'm on set. Dave just walks up the street, chilling. He just walked like we in the set. He just walking like I ain't not even Dave.
What?
Yes, hell yeah. He walking right up the street and he saw me and we talked for a few minutes. He said, "This feels good, doesn't it?" I said, "It does." He said, "Just remember one thing. Humility is free." He said, "It doesn't cost you anything, Dominique.
It does not.
It's free." And I was like, okay. And he just kept walking up the street. And of course, me, I turned around and watched him walk off. And then on the Chappelle show,
I want to know where the hell he was coming from and where the hell he was
but
going.
it's New York City, so you never can tell.
Right,
but-
but was your guys' conversation in regards to humility?
No, but he was telling me as it pertained to being in that movie.
Which I get, but
But-
where did he just come from or somebody was lacking?
It was obviously meant for me.
You ain't
Obviously,
lying.
it was just meant for me. I don't know where he came from. I looked up and he was walking up the street. And even in the Chappelle show, and I was like, this is crazy. We on the Chappelle show, we on the set, we in a break. I'm outside. He comes outside to smoke a cigarette, and we talked for a little while. And he was like, "Thank you for doing this show." I was like, what? Thank you. You know what I mean? I was like, thank you.
Right.
I'm like, what is this all about? But it's just who he is. That's how I know things with you and him will align because he a cool dude.
Yeah,
You
I
ain't
wanna-
never heard nobody. Hey, tell me who you ever heard say Dave wasn't a cool dude.
Phase on love.
Oh yeah, but that's shut up. I love Faison.
Phase on my nigga, but you asked me if I knew somebody.
Yeah, but you know,
But Dave knew
Faison.
that too, because the night I'm talking about, when I got unbumped, that was the night Dave came down to address that on stage. Faison said, "I don't do no black shows. What's up, niggas?" And then ripped.
I love Faison. One thing I can't say about Faison, he showed me love too. But we always know Faison, he'll say some wild shit.
Yeah,
That's just who he is, though. That's,
Faison he calls himself keeping it a buck.
Right.
Faison is Faison's, I'm not a blood, but if Faison's an OG to me, man.
He my OG
That's my
too.
guy.
Hell yeah, I love Faison.
I used to feature for Faison. Faison and I, we chop it up about, like, man.
If it's on his heart and his
is,
mind, he gonna say the shit.
Right. Now, he might go into some crazy shit too. He beefs with who he got beef with.
Yeah, he beef with who he got
And I'm not
beef with.
co-signing all of that. I'm not in that beef. But what I will say is, Faison's always been real to me. He's always been a real one to me.
He has treated me that way as well.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing bad to say. And when they was giving out Netflix specials, he said, where the funny women at? And he put me in the list. He was like, where Dominique's special? I was like, oh, shout out to Faison.
See?
Thank you, Faison.
But you haven't gotten one.
Not yet.
Are you going to do home team? Is he going to do one?
I don't know.
Okay. Is it the kind of thing where you can't say nothing or you just don't know? Because I feel like I'm from the school of thought of what we waiting on, and my means have changed, and I would like to
They have changed. They have changed.
No. But I'm saying we got the capability to shoot. I mean, even this right now, we're shooting this podcast on Sony FX30s.
Yes, we are.
This was a dream for me at one point to have one of these. There's 3. One is being repaired, and we're about to not use these to shoot the pod no more. We're about to shoot the pod on, see these gray ones over here, these PTZ cameras?
That's a camera.
Absolutely. It's a camera that you can, without anybody even in the room, it can point and zoom in on you and give us different shots. So, yeah. And those are 4K. So, if this is on now my backup, you can there is parts of my Netflix special this camera it captures.
Oh.
You understand what I'm saying? Like if you understand lenses and glass, and if you rig this camera up right, these 2 cameras right here you can shoot a feature film on, and I'm not bullshitting. There's feature films shot on these. So what is we doing now? You need a theater, you need audience, you need cameras, and what we need material.
No, we don't need no material.
We don't need material. We don't need no outfits either. God damn, Dominique, you out here.
We might need some outfits.
Wearing peep toes.
Peep toes. That shit is fun.
They was
like peep toes.
Not the peep toes.
Not the peep toes.
Little fashionista.
You gotta kind of look decent, especially in these video times. They'll tear your ass up.
Yeah, they will film you.
You
and
can
put
look
you
nice
online.
and they'll still fuck you up.
Yeah.
You be like, that whole outfit, that look nice. They be like, not that goddamn socks, though.
Right.
You be like, come on,
There's
now.
somebody in the comment I just addressed. They're like, damn, he loved that little shiny hoodie. But before I can even get to it, somebody was like, nigga, that's his brand. And I was like, yeah, I got a couple hundred of these players. These are on sale.
Oh, they gonna tear you up.
I'm gonna wear my own shit now.
Yeah, you supposed to. Why wouldn't you? Who doesn't do that? Yeah, they gonna tear
I wonder,
you up.
does Dave know he's moving like a mystical wizard and shit? Like, does he know that his behavior is creating legendary stories?
I don't know if he knows.
I feel like
Do legends really, really recognize and know that they're legends? I don't think he knows. I just think he's being himself.
he has to know.
You think he knows?
Hell yeah! Because what would you do if you knew you affected people in that way? Wouldn't you manufacture it maybe a little bit? You walk up to a family and people like, you guys know which way gate D17 is?
But I'm saying I
And
don't
they're
think.
like, what's that fucking
But I
Dave?
don't. I'm not a person, Nate, that thinks I don't know because I know how I view myself. So I think people view themselves differently from others.
I get it, but look how he does spots. He'll come, he can do a show, you can't market him, and then boom, Dave Chappelle. Like he has the world tour, but he'll come and do a little spot. Like he'll do a club my club size and smaller. And he gotta know he's moving like that. Like he's a legend.
He is, but I don't think he thinks about it that way. I don't think it affects him that way. It affects us that way. Because if it affected him that way and he felt like, yeah, I'm this legend, woo, 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 he probably wouldn't be popping in these spots.
True, but if let's say he does him and him doing him affects the people. And then the people, because of cause and effect, they react to what they just saw and he sees that reaction. At some point you do realize like, okay, when a motherfucker realizes me, it do something to him.
Okay, but let's say this. Maybe he does recognize it, but it's not anything that he holds on to. It's not a part of who he is. So yes, he recognized, okay, they're happy. They know it's me. And then he's back on just to being himself.
I can see that. Because one night I was in the Dime. You
'Cause
been to the Dime?
What's the Dime?
It's a little dive bar in Hollywood. It holds like 100 people, maybe max. Like, and
I
it's
don't think I've been in there.
it's on Hollywood.
Oh, is it on Kawanga?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it with Dave.
See what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
I'm in there, and bars close at 1:30, 2 o'clock in LA.
And then the little bar right there, then you can
A little
you
bar, and then
stand
there's a
smoke
DJ
and
booth, and you can smoke.
stand right there too. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's it.
They
Okay.
closed the doors to the public. Whoever was in was in.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Dave was sitting up high, just chilling. He was smoking a cigarette, and then I was like, nigga, this shit is fire. And I know he was just doing him. He wasn't doing anything
That's what I'm
mystical or
saying.
nothing like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I wouldn't abuse that power just a little bit. I would walk up to somebody smoking, like, you got a lighter? And I know I might have a lighter in my pocket already.
Yeah.
I just want them to be like, oh yeah, let me see what I got. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Smoke with
But
them and
I
walk
think-
off. They got a story forever to be like, man, I swear to God, I was standing outside the Denver airport. Dave Chappelle walks up, asks me for a lighter. We smoke, we talk about family. Then he just leaves.
And then he from DC.
Yeah.
So you got to know our culture too.
Yeah.
You know, he real laid back, he real chill.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say he's unaffected by who he is. Of course, he knows who he is, but he just take it all in stride. He not really, I think he does know his legend and he does know who he is, but I don't think he's not impressed. I don't think he impressed with it like that.
Okay.
You know, because that's like almost like the thing we talked about at the top of this.
Yeah.
Like I don't see all that stuff you said. I'm oblivious to those things.
I can see
When I
that.
think about in my head and in myself the things that I want to do and that I have to do,
Yes.
you know, you become oblivious to those things. I'm not saying that I don't feel like I'm good at the craft. I'm not saying that, but the way you describe it and the way some people describe it to me.
Yes.
And even when people tell me, I remember I tore up the club one night. It was a competition. And I think it was McGriff,
Okay.
comedian out of St. Louis. Yeah. He said, remember when I was at that competition? We were in the competition. And he killed it.
Okay.
He killed it.
Yeah.
He killed it. I ain't mean to put that T on there, killed. He killed it. But he didn't win.
Okay.
And you know, when you're in competition and you don't win, you feel away.
Yeah, you want to win.
You want to win, you know, and especially if you feel like you better than the winner, you're like, I did better
Right.
than that. What did they see? He went off. He said, and you walked up to me and said, put them people's furniture down.
He was
He
throwing
was
shit.
throwing them people's. He went off. He was tearing the room up. He said, you said, put them people's furniture down. For these people start thinking you crazy. You
Right.
ain't going to get booked nowhere.
Nowhere.
That affected him and that meant something to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just said it being me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like, don't know. Because he went off.
You mad right now. I get
I
that.
lost too. I wanted to do the same thing, but I ain't do the shit.
Right. But this
You know
ain't
what I'm
worth it.
saying?
Don't make no
No,
quick
it ain't
mistake.
worth it because where you trying to go.
Yeah.
So people do that to me a lot. Like they'll tell me gems and stuff I drop on it. Sometimes I don't even remember. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll have a lot of comments. I had one comment. I just think it's just the way you view yourself. I don't think Dave impressed like that. And we know who he is and we know how great he is. So this is what I think.
I agree, but I'm going to take straight from what you just said. When you said, and Dave's from DC, and we just be cool and we chill like
We
that.
laid back kind of people like that.
Yes, but I'll say this.
We got some wild banshees, but
But you doing the same thing. You got the epic touch. Because McGriff pulled you to the side to tell you a moment when you were a voice of reason in the middle of his storm
yeah.
that he won't forget. You do the same shit.
But I
You
just ain't
already
want-
moving like you the legend you are. Why you saying you don't think that?
That's what I'm saying. That's
Y'all
why I
do,
feel
and
like
DC
he's not-
Comics, y'all know. I did a gig with Tommy Davidson at the Parlor. They have a bathroom at the club for the comics, and Tommy was like, I don't want to use that bathroom.
I'm the same.
He want to
way.
walk across the street.
I
He want to
want-
see the people outside. He want to interact, and people are like, oh shit, Tommy Cat.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't want to use the bathroom. I go all the way back to my hotel. I'm like, I'm not using it. I can't put my shit gonna be dragging on the floor and shit. I gotta work in these clothes after I pee. You know what I mean? I'm going to my room where I can lay my pants on my bed. I'm not doing that. But we just, we just chill like that. But I think it helps you, not to. I don't think you're supposed to believe your own hype, or if that's the right
It goes
word.
back to what Dave walked up to you and said when you were on the set of Black Jesus.
30 years to life with Tracy Morgan.
He said
Shout out
humility
to
is
Tracy.
free.
It don't cost you nothing. And until people meet you, they think you a certain way. People meet you.
They assume you're gonna be.
Yeah. People assume that about me, and I'm like, even the managers at the clubs, Nate, they like, you just so easy. And I'm like, why am I easy? You're like, you don't eat, you don't want nothing to drink.
Yeah, I'm the same way. My rider is like a black towel and a water. Like I don't need nothing.
I don't need nothing. I don't have no whole bunch of people drinking up y'all top shelf liquor.
Yeah.
I don't want to get paid in chicken wings.
Right.
Keep my shit
Yeah, separate.
separate.
Pay me everything I earn.
Everything we discussed and we agreed to.
No,
You ain't
I
about
don't
to
want to see
bring me-
nothing on no expense sheet. I didn't do it.
They like, you so easy. And I ain't, I don't be all hype like that. I mean, it's work though. It's leisure. What we do is it has a leisure
It's
atmosphere.
fun.
It's fun, but we still here to work.
Yeah.
And I know blacks don't crack, but I ain't young as now. I might appear to be. So I'm chilling.
How you feel?
I feel great.
Well, then that's what matters.
That's all that matters. I feel great.
That's all that
But
matters.
I'm just, like I'm saying, I'm just older now, so some of the stuff I be like. I met Cheryl Underwood was here. So Cheryl was going around to some spot. So
You talking about this weekend?
This weekend. So she was going to
You saw her out?
I saw her out.
Where?
I talked to her on the phone. Some after set.
Mm-hmm.
I saw her over there. And she said, come over. I just went over to speak or come to the little set. I said, okay, yeah, I'll come over there and chit-chat with you. And I was...
At the other comedy club?
No, it was...
She was somewhere else?
It was somewhere else.
Okay.
Somewhere like, I don't know. It looked... I can't even think what the name of
Was it a restaurant?
They sold food, but it was... People seemed like people were partying or something too.
The Elks.
Maybe. I don't know.
It was when you
It
walked
wasn't
in, it
that
was
far.
wide open with seats on one side,
I
seats on the
never
other.
got in because by the time I got there, she was leaving. I'm just going
Okay.
off what. But the point I'm trying to make is how boring I am. When I called and said I'm on my way, I was so happy. She said, well, I'm getting ready to go. I was like, I'm 5 minutes away. Gave her a hug to go back to my room. I was like, thank God, because I ain't even feel like that. I was like, she killed that. I was so happy, Nate. I was like, because I ain't feel like going, oof. That was so good.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so I don't be.
So you and Cheryl are good?
Yeah, we good. I'm good with everybody though.
But Cheryl came through and did me wild. And so we'll have to sit down and go. Her and I need to chop it up so that we're all on the
Okay.
best of
Same page. And,
the best of terms. Yeah, because
okay.
you know what I'm saying? I understand that the way we do business
Mm-hmm.
is based on our experiences in business,
Mm-hmm.
right? But sometimes you can take your bad experiences and apply them to a good situation, and you can mess the new thing up because you worried about what happened before that had nothing to do with the new thing.
Okay.
Damn near like relationships.
Okay.
So I want to sit and chop it up at some point, or I don't, but it needs to happen.
Yeah, it's good. Ain't nothing wrong with healthy conversation.
Yeah, you gotta have a healthy conversation,
that's
but it
not
got to be the
bad.
conversation where I want to listen to her in full.
That's
and
good.
then be heard.
That's how conversations work well that way.
Yes.
So many people can't have conversations. I'm gonna tell you the worst conversations to me when people can't let you make your point. Like, soon as you start talking, they start talking. I'm like, I listened to everything you had to say. And then before I could finish 2 words, now your ass is talking. We're not effectively communicating. And we big ass grown people and we not effectively communicating. So I think healthy conversation is good.
Yeah, one of my pet peeves is when the rhythm of the conversation gets to where as soon as I open my mouth, you open yours.
That's basically, I guess, what I'm saying.
It
the
is.
same thing.
But I was watching a TED Talk about, because I'm a communications major, but I was watching a TED Talk where the guy was talking about like true quality listening. He said like 99% of people in a conversation will listen to the other person's first 10% to 25% of what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Either they do know where the person is saying, or they do know the direction they're going, or they assume that they do. Then they start building what they're going to say next. And while that person is talking, all they're doing in their head is thinking of that thought that they're trying to say.
Right.
Did you see me earlier pivot? I was gonna say something. You're like, no, but you go ahead. And I was like, nope. What I was gonna say out the window. I want to know more about what you just said.
Yeah, but people they you, and so you're not communicating effectively because you already got your answer ready.
Right.
Let me finish what the hell I'm saying, and then you don't know what I'm about to say. You
Right.
thinking you know what I'm about
Right.
to say because that's how controlling your ass is. Let me finish what I'm saying. And then say whatever you have to say. Because I don't have an answer for you in my head about anything until you finish what you're going to say. I don't know what direction you going in. Even if I think something, you might turn and say something totally off the wall. So I think good conversations on.
You're a good listener.
Yeah, listen.
And I pride myself on that same thing. But here's the thing. I'll say this. One of the things I've been able to do a long time, even as a little kid, was I'm intelligent, and in a conversation, I can effectively know which way somebody's going or what they're going to say. A lot of times before we even talk, I have gone through every logical strain and I've overthought it.
See, I don't be doing none of that.
No, I do that, and so, but this is the thing. So what he was saying in the TED Talk that really stuck out to me was like, even if you do that, true listening is having enough respect for who you're talking to patiently sit, even though you have the point, even though you have the checkmate in your hand. The next thing is patiently sit and let them get that thing out.
Let them get it out.
Yeah.
Let them get it out.
Yeah, and I didn't always be like that, especially if there was emotion behind it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you don't always have to answer right away. Because sometimes when I'm listening, sometimes I have to take a pause. Especially if you say some crazy shit, I'll be like, okay. Man, this motherfucker playing with me. So let me see how I'm going to address this. Very diplomatically. Because I want to scream the shit I'm about to say right now. But I'm going to sit here and say, okay. This what I think. Yeah, because you ain't about to be. But I don't mind listening. I hear you all the way out.
You strike me as the type of person that while
because I already this what I do know.
What?
Before the conversation start, I know your character, so I already know if you full of shit or not already.
Right.
But so I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna be like, okay, maybe it's Easter. Maybe it might come from, it's Resurrection Sunday. Maybe you might come from somewhere different.
Right. I'll give you a chance because you may come from a different place.
But
you
I
need
will
to do a
listen
scene
to.
where you could just be listening to somebody and you know they saying some bullshit. And the viewer of the scene knows they're saying some bullshit. And you sitting there actively listening. And it pans down to you loading a revolver.
you kidding me. This is some kind of joke. I thought I told jokes.
Oh,
so
man.
yeah, I do listen. I don't mind. I hear you out. Some people don't like you to listen though. You can tell when people don't like you to listen because they say, "You listening to me?" Yeah, I ain't saying shit. What you think?
No.
I'm looking you right in your eyes. Yeah, they be uncomfortable with that silence. People don't like silence. And it works that way on stage, too. Some comics, if it get too quiet, they get to losing. They are losing.
Yeah.
That silence, they be like, oh, they staring at me now.
Right. I got to fill this space with something.
I got to say something.
Yeah.
And then it usually be some bullshit anyway. Bogus.
That's so DC.
That's
bogus.
It's bogus.
Well, look, listen. Speaking of listening, y'all need to listen to Dominique tell you where she's going to be at next, where you can catch her, where she'll be live, where you can catch her online. Tell them where you're going to be. Look right down the pipe of that camera and talk to them people.
Okay, so May the 2nd through the 3rd, I'll be in Cincinnati at the Cincinnati Funny Bone. Mother's Day weekend, May the 9th through the 10th, I'll be at the Hartford Funny Bone in Hartford, Connecticut. And May the 24th through the 25th, I'll be at the Tampa Improv. It might be the Funny Bone because some of the names have changed. So it might be the Funny Bone, but you know what I'm kind of talking
Tampa's
about.
a Funny Bone now.
Tampa the Funny Bone. Okay, so all Funny Bones. I'll be at the Tampa Funny Bone then. And then
Mhm.
I was getting ready. I don't even remember that one, so I can't say.
I just pulled mine out.
Yeah, I can't even really say. Come check me out. Come get your laugh on with me. We're going to have a good time. Have some drinks, eat some wings. It's going to be fun.
So I'll say this. I want you guys to follow my stuff too.
Yeah.
Follow Mr. Nate Jackson on social media. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast, Opinionated. There's so much more great stuff coming out of this. We are now at All Things Comedy, and I'm excited about that, and we're becoming much more consistent with wonderful content. Make sure you follow Dominique on social media. I'll be Friday, April 25th.
Oh, go ahead.
It's at Dominique.
No, it's not.
What is it?
It's at Dominique Comedy.
That's right.
So it's my name, DOMINIQUE,
Mm-hmm.
Comedy, COMEDI. I just spelled
Comedy
it
with an
an
I?
Yeah, it's really comedy, but I just spelled it with an I, and I call it comedy.
There you go. So
Yeah, that's
Dominique
it.
Comedy.
And it's on everything.
Everything?
Except Facebook. That's Dominique Comedienne, COMEDIENNE.
Outstanding. Make sure you give her a follow on all the platforms that you rock with so that your platform experience is better. Okay? Check me out Friday, April 25th, this Friday coming up. I'm at the Houston NRG Arena. If that day has already passed, then look forward to seeing me at the Pageant Theater in St. Louis. We have 2 sold-out shows, or we have 2 shows that night, one at 7:30, one at 10 o'clock at the Pageant in St. Louis. On May 3rd, Oklahoma City, the Criterion. May 9th, Lexington, Kentucky, 2 shows that night at the Lexington Opera House. And then we're going to head over May 10th to the State Theater in Minneapolis. And there's many more shows. Make sure you check NateJacksonComedy.com for all my dates. I'm coming to the Miami Improv, and I really want to put some emphasis on 2 things. The Raleigh Improv that I'm coming to, and I'm coming to Boston to do the Wilbur and the Chevalier in Medford, Massachusetts. I really would love to see massive numbers done there. We added a show at the Wilbur. I see it on my schedule now. Thursday, June 5th, the Wilbur. Right now, we got 7:30, and then there's a 10 p.m. show at the Wilbur. Please check out my dates, NateJacksonComedy.com. And if you're local to Tacoma, check out SuperFunnyComedyClub.com and come and watch some of the most amazing talent that is alive right now, doing their thing pretty much 5-6 days a week. Appreciate y'all for your time. Love y'all even. Share this with a friend. Don't just hog this experience to yourself. Share this with a friend. Let's spread the word. Opinionated is a real deal. Y'all be blessed. Peace. What up, beautiful people? Pardon the spots on my shirt. I spilled something trying to help somebody with something. Then I wiped it with the wrong thing and left a bunch of little spots. I could have fixed this had I done it right in the first place. Anyways, today's episode is brought to you by Ezel's Chicken. This is the Northwest premier chicken place to go. Yes, there's a black podcast. It's sponsored by Black Ass Chicken. It is what it is. You can hate until you taste it, because once you taste it, you're going to be like, I get it. It all makes sense. Shout out to Mr. Ezel. Now, listen, I want to tell you about some shows I got coming up. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm doing this because this is how Gary Owen did his. So here we go. We got the Bijou Theater in Knoxville, Tennessee, Friday, August 23rd. Saturday, August 24th, Robert Kirk Walker Theater in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The Sunday, August 25th, we're going to go to Huntsville, Alabama at the Mars Music Hall. Then at the end of August, at the Bricktown Comedy Club in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I'll be doing 5 shows. Okay, for more shows, go to NateJacksonComedy.com. That's all the stuff I have for August. You know what? Because it rolls into Labor Day weekend, I'm also going to take some time to tell you about the big-ass show I'm doing on Sunday, September 1st. This is Labor Day Eve, I guess you can call it. We're at the YouTube Theater. It's myself, Dominique, Corey Holcomb, Ryan Davis, and Dion Cole. It's going to be an amazing show. Also, at the Super Funny Comedy Club here in Tacoma, Nate Jackson Super Funny Comedy Club, we have Dion Cole this weekend, doing 2 shows Friday and 2 shows Saturday. With that said, let's dive into some topics. Okay, first topic is Tyreek Hill wants to race Noah. Noah Lyles from the Olympics has said that being a champion in basketball is not a world champion. It's like a national champion. Granted, he's right and wrong, right? Like, it's the National Basketball Association is for the United States, but there's so many foreign players that they are on all those other teams. So when we're hooping still against the best in the world. So winning a national basketball championship in the United States does actually correlate to being a world champion. Tyreek don't like that. Tyreek don't like that he been talking. Tyreek don't like that he was all cocky. I don't know if you saw how he started the 200-meter dash, but he literally wasted half of his energy jumping around, bouncing all over all 8 lanes while the other 7 runners were in the blocks ready to start. Tyreek says that's cocky. He says, when you get back to the States, get ready because I'm going to race you. So everybody can sit back and watch Tyreek Hill get his ass dusted. So that's pretty much what would happen if the cheetah raced Noah Lyles. We don't like how fast Noah Lyles been talking, but we got to respect how fast he is on the track, my brother. Those track stars do not fuck around. I watched DK Metcalf running against 7 other track stars. He hung with them, but he was in 6th or 7th place. And he's one of the fastest NFL receivers that is in the entire league. So, yeah, I don't know if challenging him to a race is going to get him to be quiet. Because if he beats you, then what? Now he got a license to say anything he wants to say. I think he needs to outrun, something like a train or outrun a Mini Cooper. Show me that. Just whoop him and show him the machine is faster than man. Then maybe that'll make him be quiet. But he's a gold medal winner in the Olympics for the 100-meter dash. I think we should let him talk his shit. I think we should just sit back and watch him talk his shit and be great. He's a gold medal winning track star. Instead of challenging him, I think it is what it is. He's crazy as hell. I watched the interview. He said he was raised in a cult, him and his mama, and they went from one cult to another situation that they thought was going to be the escape from the cult, and it was cultish too. He won the gold medal and then came out with a whole bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh shit on his arms. He's a special individual. So let's let him go ahead and be special. He's the fastest man on earth, and let's celebrate him for that instead of trying to challenge him to races in the hood. That's what niggas do. Moving on. We have a section of the show called the Caitlin Clark Watch. Moving on. Because that's how long that segment deserves today. We're going to move right the hell on. Don't nobody give a damn. Preseason has started. I saw an article that said Dak Prescott and Patrick Mahomes got the same stats, except Patrick Mahomes is winning games deep into the playoffs. They said they're the same quarterback. Maybe even Dak is better than Patrick Mahomes. I also saw Patrick Mahomes do a behind-the-back pass. So I just want to say, let's stop comparing Dak to other people who are doing great things. Yes, Dak is great, but it's a different kind of greatness that Patrick Mahomes is exuding, right? Like, it seems to me like Dak is mechanical, technical. He's working the feet. He's doing the hips. He's got the 3-step drop. He has his release. He's a technical guy, right? As if you had an android at quarterback, a very talented black android. Patrick Mahomes is out there creating. He's improving. He's loose. Yeah, you call this play, but that might not be what happens. He might pump fake, spin one way, spin the other, fuck around, throw it behind his back or crossfield in the other direction. You just got to appreciate him for creating on the spot. I'm a fan of Patrick Mahomes. I'm not a fan of the way he walks back to the huddle after he scores or after he gets a first down or after he slides. I cannot stand that he switches his hips. I don't understand. Like, he literally embodies what you would expect the NFL quarterback to be, like the leader of the team, like awesome, machismo, man's man, and then he switches back to the huddle. Like, yeah, bitch, huddle up. Like, I don't get that. I don't get the switching. Is Patrick Mahomes thick? Like, is that what I did? I'm not tuning into the game to see the quarterback out here switching his thick ass hips. I'm confused. His dad worked with him on every aspect of the game, and his mom worked with him on getting back to the huddle. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know why he's speed walking and switching, but it is what it is. But I just don't want to see no thick ass quarterback. Russell Wilson had a terrible preseason at the Steelers. I'm already over the Russell Wilson hate. Like, it is what it is. He went to the Broncos. He did his thing. They got rid of him because they didn't run the system that works for him. He's at the Steelers. They need a fresh chance. And now he's going toe-to-toe with Justin Fields. And people are already talking about bringing in Tannehill with Justin Fields because one of the coaches worked with Tannehill and they had a lot of success. And that Russell might be a better fit at the Vikings where Sam Darnold and some other quarterback and somebody else got hurt. Their depth chart is weak where they got hurt. I'm back in a mode mentally where I want to see Russell win. He needs to just go to a market where he doesn't have to be the blackest person. He needs to go to a market where he doesn't have to be appreciated for the culture. He just needs to go where it's like a football culture. It's all football. We don't care who's running the team. Football, football, football. That might be Minnesota. You think of Minnesota, you don't think of like, it's not the blackest cultural epicenter that there is. If you visit Minnesota, you're actually shocked. You're like, wow, look at all this diversity, and Paisley Park is here, and this is where Prince was from and all that. But from outsider looking in, that could be a good place for him to be. He's used to playing cold. He came up in Wisconsin, and so maybe that's a good fit. I would have loved to see him step up during the preseason and solidify his job over Justin Fields, but it looks like that's not what happened yet. I'm rooting for Russell Wilson again to have some success. I really am. I think that TikToking with his wife hurt him. I think that when he has his attention torn between several different things at a time, that's when I start to see him waver at quarterback. And if he can just focus in and they say lock in. That's what they say when you're playing Call of Duty. Lock in. So if he can just lock in, I think he'll have another set of successful seasons. Because when I saw him at the All-Star weekend for the Pro Bowl, he hit 12 out of 11 markers. Like it looked like he was having his own combine. I'd like to see him get a W again, is what I'm saying. There's people who are like, man, fuck Russell Wilson, right? Like Trenton, who's behind the boards right now, could care less. Trenton is a Broncos fan. He saw Russell Wilson come into Broncos, and he feels like it distracted his team from what they should have been doing, and they could have hit the ground running. I don't give a fuck about the Broncos. Broncos just like having a big head white boy at quarterback. That's their whole thing. I've said it once. I'll say it again. If you got a giant head and you're a white dude, you're going to have success at the Broncos. Peyton Manning had success there. John Elway has success there. You just got to have a big-ass head, and they respect you as a team leader. That's what they want. Not a short African-American. That their community can't handle that. They're a mile high up in the sky, and they're dealing with a lot of racism. They can't handle a black leader on the field. We can throw to you, we can pass the ball to you and let you run in and kill yourself, but what we're not going to do is have the leader of our free world be a short, stocky nigga. It's a problem for Denver. They need a tall, big-head white boy. So who they got? Bo Nix. Bo Nix got listed as the starting quarterback for the Broncos, and if you go look at him, he fits the profile. He's another big-head white boy. So Trenton is happy. He's happy. He says all is well in Bronco land. Let's ride. That's what he says right now. Tyrese crying? You want to talk about Tyrese crying? Why? You want to know that there's a safe space that men can talk to each other. Men need to know that. Okay, men need to. I think men do know there's safe spaces to talk to each other. They just don't equate the Breakfast Club with being that place, right? Now, somebody who's such a big proponent of therapy and getting help as Charlemagne is, he spent a lot of time laughing at and with Tyrese during that interview. But yeah, Tyrese was very poignant in his interview. He said his jewelry was fake. He said he don't care about that. He said how many house cleaners has he had? Hotels have stolen his stuff. Talking about we don't know where it went. So he's not even bothering wearing real jewelry anymore because until you've lost $250,000 worth of jewelry, don't talk to him about whether his jewelry is real or if his jewelry is fake. That wasn't the emotional part Keela's referring to. She's talking to the part where he was in tears and turning down napkins. Like, black men cry. It is what it is. He said, when you get a divorce, the woman's not the only one that's hurt. When you experience a miscarriage, the woman's not the only one that's hurt. When the money and how the breadwinning is ebbing and flowing, don't just always check on the woman. The man is, that's a whole, there's trauma there, and Tyrese has always been very talented. He's gone through a lot. He lost both of his sisters, his mom, his wife. I don't know if he went through a miscarriage situation, but if he did, he went through that too. So there's a lot. And I haven't had a reason to be crying in a public sphere or space, or really even crying in private. I just haven't had anything happen that has brought me to tears. But if that was the thing, I don't give a fuck what y'all think about me. If I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna cry. If that's what it is, then that's what it is. If I'm crying, I'm crying. Judge me. Shame on the people that are like, look at this bitch ass nigga. Like, shame on that person. What you crying at? Like, I think it's kind of wild that he had to look dead at the camera and level with the people and say, listen, black men cry. Like, we're humans. It's not like black men are incapable of emotion or that we don't have tear ducts. We can be sad, we can cry. And so it's real. So that's my 2 cents on it. I don't know if that's what you intended for me to say. Sometimes I know you want me to be like, shut your bitch ass up, Tyree, but that's not how I feel.
That is not what I think you just said.
Just saying. And also, I'm not even saying there's a knock to Charlemagne, because I know Charlemagne, like I said, he's done a lot of therapy work, and I like Charlemagne, right? I don't know if he's a controversial character where some people don't like Charlemagne, but I like Charlemagne. I have a story about it. When D-Ray did Hip Hop Squares, hosted Hip Hop Squares season 1 and season 2, I was booked as the crowd warm up, and so every time before the break, after the break, during the show, when the crowd is cheering and yelling and laughing and in good spirits, that's me that's generating that. Like, yeah, the show's funny, but when you're there filming for 6 to 8 hours with a paid audience that's the same all day long, they start to lose energy and you got to keep them upbeat. And so that was me. You know, I'm bribing them with Starbursts and giving out candy and telling jokes and having them dance and do twerk competitions and having the stars come out of the squares and come down and interact with them. And so it was a lot of work. I hadn't done warm-up work before. It is a different world. It's a different beast entirely to be the source of everybody's turn up. But that's what you're there for. And it also was a struggle for me because I wanted my own square. I'm like, I'm a celebrity. Why can't, I'm not eligible for a square? What about one of these episodes? Just throw me in the corner. Like, but based on where my career is at, they're like, why would we just randomly have you sitting in the corner? Like, that's how they're acting. But I saw some of the squares. I'm like, that nigga's randomly sitting in the corner. Why can't I? So, you're in between a golden rock and a golden hard place, right? Like, it's gonna pay well, but you have to humble yourself to do it. Right? Like, if you have aspirations to be on-camera talent, you're swallowing your tongue every day as you literally pour all your all into an unseen role. You may see your name briefly during credits, but in general, no one's going to remember, who was the warm-up. If you go to a live taping, if you've ever been to a live taping, you end up falling in love with the warm-ups. You're like, dude, the warm-up they were so cool. Usually it's a tandem usually. Like, the warm-up was so cool. Usually, and that's the person cracking the most jokes out of everyone. You know what I mean? Everybody else is like, action. They say their line or their jokes. They get their laugh cut. From then until the next action, after a commercial break or somebody got to go to the bathroom, the warm-up is on. There was 20-minute, 30-minute chunks where I'm doing jokes. I'm performing. I'm fucking with people. So it was a lot. But I would get there, and half of the squares were like, celebrities that are like acknowledging the crowd, the host, no acknowledgement of the warm-up, right? Hard as I'm working. I got the squares laughing. T.I.'s like, this is crazy. Some people don't acknowledge it at all. Well, during a couple of the breaks, like, they're like, I got an in-ear, and they're like, go over and, if celebrity and squares energy is kind of low, go over there and, peak up Michael Blackson's energy, or go up and peak up Charlemagne is looking at his phone or something. Go just tell him, say something. So I go over. I'm like, Charlemagne, what's good? They said they want to see you look up some more. And you looking down. He's like, I bet, got you. Well, that's not particularly what happened with Charlemagne. It was somebody else. But I'm saying this about Charlemagne to bring it full circle. Is that so? You now know what it was like being the warm up, right? Like, you want to matter more than you do, and you might matter more than you think you do, but it's a selfless job. I go over and I speak to Charlemagne, and whereas everybody else is in I'm busy mode, or I'm their bandwidth is full with other tasks, messing with their phone or talking to their own team or whatever. Charlemagne took the time to be attentive and speak and say what's up and actually hold a conversation. How are you doing, dog? You're killing it as a warm up. And he told me, he was like, I said, man, thank you. I feel seen. And he was like, oh no, I see you. I started out in the trenches with Wendy. So I appreciate the role the guy that's in that role, because I know you're the one that's going to elevate up out of anybody in the space. Like, that's almost word for word what he said. I was like, I'll be damned. And I went back over and I finished doing warm up. So anyone that has that type of perspective, like the little guy matters, I rock with, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a fan of Charlemagne. My daddy had a stroke. That's a thing. We did my birthday party on the 14th at the club, Wednesday, August 14th, and it was dope. It is what it is. I got a Werther's Original in my mouth. This part of the show is sponsored by Werther's Originals. This part of the show is sponsored by Werther's Originally. This is the old world recipe. This is a classic hard caramel candy with creamy caramel filling. So it's not just Werther's on the outside. It's soft and creamy on the inside. Just like me, my heart is like that too, right? Like it's hard on the outside, but it's soft and creamy on the inside. Anyway, my dad was trying to go to the Democratic National Convention. He made it as far as the Wally Park and had a whole ass stroke. The good news is physically he's fine. Cognitively he's fine. Like he's watching the DNC still. He's reading the newspaper. When you speak to him, he understands you. The part that is foggy and or dead, or he's rehabilitating and healing the synapses around, is the part where he's thinking what he wants to say and then he's not able to say what he's thinking. So it's very frustrating if you can imagine having a thought and the world around you is moving at regular speed and you're just trying to get that one thought out. By the time you get it out, it may not even be poignant to the conversation anymore. So we're all having to slow down and be patient. And I'm learning from it in a sense. Like you have to really, one, don't take your loved ones for granted. Tell your people you love them. Two, take your health and cherish your own health. The fact that you can talk, the fact that you can listen, the fact that you can sing a song when it hits you, or you can daydream, like all that stuff is things that I overlooked. It's just like, yeah, it's just part of who I am. But now that I see my dad struggling with, putting those things back together, I'm like, man, I've been taking it for granted. He's proud of me. He wrote down, you have show, go. And so he wanted me to keep working. And he was bragging to the nurses about me. He said, he wrote on the whiteboard, he said he sold more tickets in 2023. And he said he sold more tickets. And then my sister was like, reading the board and trying to tell the nurse what he's saying. He said he sold more tickets in 2023. My dad said twice. So he sold more tickets in 2023, and then he sold more tickets again. Like he's doing fantastic. So, stroke and all, he's still the same proud, strong black man. We just got to get the words to come out the right way. And what I've learned helps is a couple of things, because we're kinesthetic as African Americans, right? We like to touch it, feel it, see it. So you need an example. So if he's trying to say something and I can deduce what he's trying to say, I say, look at my mouth. Then I say it. Then he mimics my mouth, and then he gets it out just fine. Then we celebrate, a little clapping or something so he knows, because it's so frustrating to not get things out that it's a reward to get it out. So he's actually 4 days from a stroke, and he's already counting to 10. Oddly enough, you can sing songs. The part of your brain that stores music and melodies and songs and song lyrics, different than the part of your brain from just general speaking. So music therapy or melodic therapy is actually a thing. We're not going that far, but it was just interesting to watch him struggle to say everything, having to use a whiteboard to talk, but then he could sing Happy Birthday, the regular version, the Stevie Wonder version, and then his own blues version that he does. Also, even the counting to 10, because hand gestures are stored in a different part of your brain, right? So sign language would still be he would still be a fluent if he ever knew sign language. But in counting to 10 and using his fingers, 1 through 10 was just fine. Like to where my mom verbally was like, well, I'll be damned. And then the last thing that I think is interesting is cuss words are essentially stored in a different folder in your brain because they're like forbidden to say in general conversation. So his cuss words are flawless. I said, can you say fuck? And he's like, nah, but it wasn't because he couldn't. He didn't want to say it in front of the nurse that was in the room. So later when he was reading off his paper and he had to say huckleberry, and we had to teach him how to form his mouth again to say huck, huck, huck. He got huckleberry down. And then he said, hey. And I looked over at him and he said, fuck. I said, man, come on, man. Everybody started laughing. He still has a great sense of humor. He's still saying jokes. But yeah, man, love your people. And check on your strong friends. You know what I'm saying? Because people, you just assume everything is cool. I've had a lot of messages in my phone or people who have had issues or things that they've come to me for, and all of it in context and perspective to what is happening at home and with family, I'm like, it doesn't even matter right now. You know what I mean? So I think it would behoove people to not come into situations loaded or with with a message or whatever they're gonna say. Don't just bust in the room with your own agenda. Like read the room, see what's going on, and then maybe you'll appreciate the setting a little bit more. But that's what's going on in my private world, and it's a lot. It's a lot to look at, like your example of manhood and strength and all that, to just be struggling. I think if he was lacking some of the other areas, like receiving information, which some people struggle after a stroke, they can't even receive the information. So now you're trying to relay what you're saying to them and then understand what they're saying. But like that is extremely tough and can take 3 to 5, 7, in some cases 8 years of rehabilitation. But him being cognitively strong helps, because I'm like, he's in there. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still him. His essence is still him. Whereas some people have strokes so severe that you're like, this is a shell of what they used to be. Well, no, it's him. He's still talking shit, saying, telling jokes, and he's cracking up because the speech pathologist came into the room. She's like, sometimes you got to just say the word and let them watch your mouth. So she's like, Mr. Jackson, look at how I say it. And he looks at her mouth. Now, so my siblings are older than me, 12 years older and 16 years older. So they were gone for most of my childhood. So I grew up in the house with him as an old ass daddy, right? So I have the most hours and time spent around him. So I know what he's trying to say. Like I understand his cadence in talking, when he's trying to say something serious, when he's trying to make a joke, when he has a question. And that's even without him saying anything. It's just the verbal cues and even the timing of a thing. Like when he has said certain jokes, I knew that's what he was trying to say. And everybody was like, yeah, he had the floor. Everybody's paying attention if he's saying something serious. I'm like, you guys know he's about to talk some shit, right? They're like, what? I'm like, the next thing he says is not going to be serious. So tune out unless you want to laugh with him. He's like, he laughing while he's trying to write. The lady says, look at my mouth while I say it. He going to say, you pretty mouth. I say, God damn. My mom said, what? Then he gonna gaslight, nice teeth. I'm like, nah, you said she had a pretty mouth, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You gonna gaslight and have a stroke? So he's still hilarious. Like he still has his, joking, positive good nature, and frustration hasn't overwhelmed him. He's having wins. He asked for ice cream today, so we went on a trip to Dairy Queen to get, he wanted a soft serve, and everybody else wanted Blizzard, so we did that. My stomach's on fire right now because we did that. I think the older you get lactose too. I am back losing weight again. I am full on semaglutide, which is an active ingredient in Ozempic. So I'm not on Ozempic, but I am on semaglutide, and it has curved my appetite entirely. So I think even as soon as January, I think I'm gonna look just different, which is a problem. It's a problem. If I get a 6-pack again, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be fat groupies everywhere, and I'm inviting them. Bring your big ass out. That's what it's gonna be. I told a joke at a show where I said you could tell the quality of your groupies, or you could tell the quality of your career based on your groupies, right? So like you see Chris Brown doing meet and greet, and there's beautiful women draped all over him. They paid $1,000 to jump across and lay in his arms. My groupies, you can't even pick up their thigh. I'm like, they said, there's some women out there in the lobby waiting on you. I said, what they look like? They came back. Like, so I got Binya Pollywog in the lobby for me. We got some more grinding to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you can tell if your career is booming. What the bitches look like out there. And if they trash, you got to get back to work. What your groupies look like right now, Trenton? What groupies? Damn. I got old white women that will follow you out of town and drive backwards down the street and drive into traffic trying to give you a cookie. I got a lady that I thought was a frog the whole time. and realized she was a whole human. I thought she was some type of radioactive crossbreed between human and toad. I got, I had, I don't know, a nematode. Yeah, she looked like a Teenage Mutant Ninja bitch. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? She like pussy in the half shell, pussy power. So I gotta turn up. I gotta turn up on the extras. You know, who feels comfortable coming around? And really, I think a lot of it. And I'm be honest with you. It's Keela's fault. Yeah. See, she was texting. That made her look up. But I'll tell you right now, it's Keela's fault because the women who are hanging back now are the bold ones that are willing to walk past a black woman that's clearly on the team, working with me. She's got on the outfit. She's selling the merch. They'll check with her and be like, is he your man? Type shit. But usually, like, just Keela's presence is enough that women are like, he cute, but they kind of stay away. Now, these pollywogs, these Benya pollywogs, they're like, I don't care who Keela is, I'm going back there. Like, so Keela be warding off a lot of the bullshit. The same way can't no men really get to Keela when she around all of us. You know what I'm saying? Keela be trying to tiptoe off. You know, she just like, I just need to make myself accessible. Where was we at when we was in the club and Keela gone?
No.
Yeah.
Hold up.
You was dancing by yourself.
Recording.
You weren't doing nothing bad. But if somebody was gonna holler, that was a window of opportunity because we were still at the bar trying to buy drinks for your ass. Yeah, where were we? We was at that place where there was 3 bars. The Uber driver came. The Uber driver came into the club with us.
Oh no.
Naples, Florida. Yeah, I'm like, where in the hell is Keela? Can't find her. Keela then went all the way around the other side of the club by the DJ. She over there with Haley and Sue Ra and the Uber driver. They over there twerking in a corner. Can't even no men get up into them because they got their ass in the corner, but they over there throwing it though. They throwing ass right into the corner of the wall. So I'm not approachable right now, but I feel like if I had the tour set up to where like I had a road person that was like, that was their thing, like go get the bitches. I see guys come to the club or I see guys touring and they'll meet a beautiful woman and they're like, hey man, it was nice to meet you. That's what's up. Then they move on to the next person. They're signing meet and greet. Their opener is like, he would like your phone number. You know what I'm saying? Just off of some wink or some type of signal they got. They know they need to get that, you know. And Instagram is not enough. We want your phone number, you know. So I don't got that. Sound what is? Drake-ish? Everybody grown. Drake-ish is when they're young. Say, Drake, I heard you like him young. That's literally the lyric. Yeah, so no, this ain't Drake-ish. I'm just telling you why I feel like whoever's trying to see me after a show, whoever's trying to launch extracurriculars is like in the face, okay? It's like Jack Link's jerky. Like, it's all.
Is there somebody who can? Is that even an option? We fucking groupies?
Is there somebody? I'll smash a groupie. You want to know if I'll fuck a groupie? What's she look like? What's she talking about? Is she my type? She's my type. She likes me. She already appreciates what I do on stage and my craft. She done did some research. Hey, how's your dog Brandy? Like, groupies be knowing stuff.
They know a lot.
Yeah. Why the fuck wouldn't I? That makes no sense. The problem is they can't. You're like, excuse me, bitch. You know what I'm saying? He's like, excuse me, we're headed the other direction. But Heath has been so helpful. He's had people come all backstage in the green room and shit thinking they were friends. Like, I don't know her. I don't know that person, Heath. He's like, oh, I thought it was your friend. I'm like, Heath, if I come off stage and go to my green room and there's a stranger sitting in it, that's a problem. But now he talking about everybody got to wear your lanyards. We're stepping up security. Nigga, you're the reason that anybody's getting to me. You're the reason. So I'm excited to go to Tennessee, man. We're gonna shoot another episode of the food show in Alabama, and so look out for that. Because our workflow that we're gonna leave these cities when it's multiple cities in a row, we don't have the time to go and sit down like that. But if it's a city like Tulsa that's coming up where I have 5 shows, so I'm there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we can find a window of time to go film for 45 minutes and get a 4 or 5 minute episode out of that. But when it's this fast, like we're gonna go into 2 cities in Tennessee, and we got to do the shows, wake up, get in the car, drive, do the shows, wake up, get in the car, drive, wake up, get in the car, airport. We don't have time to mess around, really. And if we are going to grab some food, we're literally grabbing some food. So we don't have time for a full production. We do, but we're not there yet as a team that's producing on the road. We will be soon, though, because we're planning and we're having our meetings. And I'm saying that because for those of you who are like, man, do more of that. Like, you got to understand this work behind, like, we got to set it up, get access to the restaurant, shoot it. Somebody got to edit it. And you guys just be like, more, you know. So we're trying to give you some more, but bear with us. And as we get into this second leg of the tour, which, to be honest with you, it truly starts this weekend. You know, we just have to manage our expectations, track our energy, and be vigilant with our own output, and then we can continue to give you great content. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the new frequency of material that's hitting social media. There is now at least 1 clip a day hitting TikTok and Instagram. When I say at least, we've been shooting for 2 and getting 2 for about 6 days now, and I can see the energy online. We hit 1 million on Facebook. We hit 500. We hit 500,000 on YouTube. We hit 400, and Instagram is jumping right now too. Instagram went from 400,000 to 439,000, and so 39,000 in 7 days, which is a big jump on an app where nobody's clicking follow anymore. It's actually at 439,835. So in 65 likes, it'll be at 439,900. At 440,000. And that's a big benchmark, you know, because everyone who's a follower, or you like a video, or you send the video out, or you comment on a video, you become part of my algorithm, and you're part of the universe that this is, so that when shows are coming up and I'm coming to your market, you're tapped in and you know what's going on. I have some big stuff coming up, some big announcements. When I say that, I don't want you to feel like it's empty and it's not really happening. This stuff is really happening. It is so big that I had to sign NDAs, and I have to wait until the companies that produce the content are ready to market before I can say it. Otherwise, I'll be letting the cat out the bag early and could jeopardize my involvement in the project at all. So just know there's some big ass stuff coming up. I can tell you about the movie Good Fortune with Seth Rogen, Keanu Reeves, Aziz Ansari, Keke Palmer, and Helen Wong. And that's not the biggest news. There's something TV related. There's something comedy related. It's really exciting. We're on the precipice of another ladder rung and continuing, this marathon to the number 1 spot. Why not? At the end of the day, the main things that I wanted to make sure that I shared with you guys is that we're going into leg 2 of the tour. I'm coming to a city near you. I want you guys to come to a show. And anybody can get it. If you look away, I won't get you. So don't be scared to be in the building, but come on. And that we have Dion Cole at the club this week. To be honest with you, I don't know how fast this episode comes out. So it's like last week was Dion Cole. Man, we had a time. So, but that's what I'd like to make sure that it has the thickest brushstrokes on is that. And then I'll let you know how Tennessee and Alabama go next week. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Tap in. NateJacksonComedy.com, SuperFunnyComedyClub.com, and peace.